As the U.S. bishops wrapped up their 2014 Fall General Assembly in Baltimore, they reflected on how the mind and influence of Pope Francis impacted their actions during the session.
The large convocation we announced today that will take place in 2017 that has Evangelii Gaudium as part of its title, The Joy of the Gospel, Pope Francis's wonderful letter. That convocation is very much inspired by the thinking of the Holy Father and the tone he sets in the life of the Church. And so we'll have a chance before that time to think through the themes and how we'll develop it. But it'll be very much infused with the thought and the spirit of Pope Francis, for sure.
Perhaps it's so obvious that we may overlook it, but our Holy Father's keen interest in helping the poor, that's been the ongoing work of Catholic Relief Services that has done that for so many years and done such a spectacular job. So I think we cannot overlook the fact that that has been an ongoing work of the conference for many, many years. And it certainly fits in with one of his major emphases.
The enthusiastic response to the invitation of Pope Francis to begin our year for consecrated life, an invitation to celebrate this beautiful vocation as a way to wake up the world and to move forward in hope. And so it's going to be very exciting to see how the bishops in the local churches will respond to that invitation. I think another point too is not only the emphasis that the Holy Father asks us to give in service to the poor in our evangelization and outreach to those in most need, but also the manner in which we conduct our business. I think our Holy Father is certainly teaching all of us about how do you dialogue, how can you express opinions, and respectfully listen to one another and begin to move forward together. And I'm very proud to be part of a conference of bishops that I think reflect that in such a beautiful way. We have our thoughts, our opinions, but we listen to each other. We're passionate about what we believe, but there's that great respect, and I think we try to reflect the dialogue that he is teaching all of us.
Yesterday in our regional groups, we took up the themes that were going to surface for the cycle of 2017 to 2020, and each region came up with at least 7 themes that we can devote in terms of our priorities and plans for that time. But I know that a lot of what we're doing, obviously, everything we're about, in one way or another, could be tied in to the mind of the Holy Father. Certainly the trip to the Holy Land and the study there, you know, the Pope's care for the poor and the needy and the marginalized. We're dealing with all kinds of people who have, some of them instantaneously impoverished because of the war, etc. So that would be one very direct tie-in. And I think, too, just Evangelii Gaudium, that we are to live our faith with joy. Certainly we see this reflected in the lay ecclesial ministry, the beautiful place of lay ecclesial ministers in our church, how they live with great joy, and day to day they giving so much of themselves to serve our church. This is really very, very important. Those that are consecrated or religious that have given themselves to the gospel and preaching, proclaiming the gospel with their charisms is certainly a wonderful thing. As we receive ministers into our church here in the United States, that's another reason for great joy as well. They come and help us evangelize. And so I think everything we've been talking about really, one way or another, ties into the mind of the Holy Father.